do you think are some common mistakes that trading beginners make, and how can they avoid this?
Well, I suppose the first one, one I was certainly guilty of, is running your losses, and part of that, running your losses, letting something go on and move against you for far too long, and so much of that and controlling that is having a trading plan in place before you put your trade on, so that you've done your homework on the market, you've decided which company you want to buy or sell or whatever it is, and you've done all your homework, you've looked at the charts, and you've decided that such and such a place would be a good place to buy, and if so, but where are you going to put your stop? So and if you've found a good technical level for your stop, can you actually afford it given your money management, so the money that you're prepared to risk on that trade? Because it might be that actually you buy at a level of support that looks fine, but there's a great big gap down. So if that share price broke below this particular level, it might sort of gap down and lose a lot more before it hit another level of support. So you might be doing a bet, even a minimum bet size on that, but because of that big gap where you'd have to put your stop to give yourself a good opportunity, and yet also bearing in mind that there's a technical level below that trade just might be too much for your account to bear, or for that risk money you've put up for that particular trade to bear. And if that's the case, then just don't do it. Don't do that trade. Go on and think of something else. So that's it. It's sort of money management. It's using your stops wisely. It's also because what you're doing, or what you're trying to do as much as possible, is take this emotion out of trading, and the emotion comes in when you're losing money so much of the time. So it's getting those trading plans going. It's looking at where you're putting your stops at sensible levels. It's doing your technical analysis, and it's trying to get this consistency. Consistency, that's what you're always looking for.
And why are we more emotional with a loss rather than a win in the stock market?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because I mean, you sort of, I don't know, you have a lottery ticket and you win 25 quid or whatever. I mean, that's quite a good feeling. You'd think that sort of like that you'd sort of like well, I suppose what happens is that you, over time, it's easier to brood. You remember your winners in certain ways, but you're also going to, and maybe those are the ones you talk about, but the losses are something which you can tend to hide and brood upon, and they're very sort of, they're very destructive that way. And we don't like taking losses, and that's one of the reasons why we tend to, we can see something's going wrong and we won't cut it, or we'll move our stop further away so that the potential loss is bigger. It's just something that we just, of course the big thing is that sort of when you take a loss, effectively what you're saying is I was wrong. I made a trade and I got it wrong. And it's difficult to sort of, especially when you're starting out, it's difficult to deal with that, because it'd be nice to go and say, I bought gold and it went up here and I made a great profit on it. You don't want to, you're not going to tell anyone that gold tanked down and you took a thumping great loss on it. So there's that side of it. It isn't nice to take a loss, because it means that you've made a mistake, you've done something wrong, and it's only as you get on and you trade more and more and more that you realise that losses are just part of it. And it's not saying that you got it wrong, you're a bad trader or anything. If you're controlling those losses, it's just part and parcel of trading.